Colin Brennan here from Games, Brains and Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for sure, and it's reaction times. Hey, we're heading back a little bit, stuff that's come out before, stuff that we've covered before on the site. In fact, stuff that we've covered on this particular channel in other reactions. I can't remember what it was, but we've definitely done a reaction to this band before. The name certainly rings a bell. In fact, I think the year it was released, was it? Well, yeah, it was 2023. It was certainly mentioned a lot because it was end of year lists. It was coming up in that as well. It's obviously Finsterforst, which is I would say almost a Brendan band, as if like it's specific to you. What I mean is you found them, you reviewed them, you covered them, and you've been recommended them. So that's why I kind of think of them as a Brendan band. Make sense? But yeah, you
Yeah,
can follow
I'm
now.
I'm all right with it.
Brendan band, yeah.
Becomes synonymous with quality, um, but also with long songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, this comes from an EP that they released. It was back in 2023. The EP was, and actually, like, while you might think that this is a long song, it's not. There is actually only one song on this EP, which is called Genset, and it's
Hmm.
40 minutes long. But what they did is they split it into four tracks,
That's right.
that you can listen to it as an entirety, and it's a wonderful experience. But obviously, a lot of people haven't won't want to necessarily listen to it. I mean, my car journey to work wouldn't cover the whole length of the song, to be honest with you.
Mm.
So, and then obviously from a single and releasing singles perspective, this was the song that they released. The first part of it was the song that they released as a single. So, Finsterforst, Black Forest, German power metal, folk, excuse me, symphonic, all that good stuff. Um, yeah, obviously I like it. I think I think, well, I like the band a lot. I think they're a great band. So
Well, ain't gonna be no singing along with this because those lyrics ain't in English.
adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, all right. Let's do this. Finster Force, capital I, Freiheit. Anyway, I'm gonna stop trying to pronounce fucking foreign words. All right, let's do this in three, two, one, go.
Welten so weit, ein Leben voller Möglichkeit, entfesselt der Menschengeist, unendliche Freiheit. Es geht alle Selbstentfaltung, Glanz in jedem Augenlicht. Jeder in die beste Richtung, konsequent. Menschen, die sich neu erfinden, die Vergangenheit befern. Singuläre Entitäten, jede für sich leuchten wie ein Stern.
Did well to snip that off then.
Mm,
It very felt like an ending to a track.
yeah.
Be honest, man, I could have happily sat here and let that play continue on for another 20, 30 minutes while I sit here messing around on my iPad with that playing in the background. That is very easy for me to really sink and just lose myself within. That's
Mm.
fucking awesome, isn't it? That's just fucking
They're
great.
they're
I mean, that's
really good
just
at what they do,
huge,
man.
epic. It's detailed, it's clever, it's interesting, it's varied, it's got highs and lows, it smoothly moves from section to section. Each time you think it might slip into a little bit of a humdrum beat, a bit of a rhythm that isn't really going anywhere, it finds a way to twist it up and turn it and take it in a different direction. So many times it just re-elevated itself in my mind. Not what there was, I was like around, but it's weird because it's going like that. But it was never going down. It's just sometimes the ascent was slower, and then something would happen that would shoot it back up again. I
Yeah.
find that simply transfiction in certain areas. I love the vocals more than anything else in that. In particular, it's like a group. It's like a
It is.
choir almost to a degree. You know, it's so fucking powerful. And it's got such depth to that. It sounds bigger than it is. Like I'd imagine the production on this album is incredible for like the size of the band. You know, we're being honest here. You know, this video itself has got 31,000 views, which is great numbers, of course. But in the grand scheme of things, it's fuck all. And you know, chances are outside of Germany, they're probably highly unlikely to be that well known. Um, so they've really, really worked hard to make everything fucking matter, you know, like really like everything matter, but it sounds so damn good, so damn strong. So there's like it's you couldn't use the word raw in any way, shape, or form to require something like this. It's so perfected to such a degree, it's so impressive, but it becomes so listenable because of it. It is almost accessible to a degree. It's that epic heaviness that you've got this kind of doom and you've got this darker tone in places and things like that because of the pacing and things like that. But it's like you could play that to a lot of people and they would still maybe not necessarily enjoy it for the length and like the trip and stuff like that, but would enjoy all the elements of it. Be like, oh yeah, that's really cool. That sounds great. This is quite melodic. It's got a nice rhythm. It's catchy in places. You
Yeah.
know, it never gets heavy. It's not heavy. Heavy is a weird word because what does it even mean anymore? Is it, just the noise? Is it the speed and stuff like that? This has got heaviness in it, but it's not. It's more weighted towards a more melancholic, melodic side of things that I thoroughly enjoy. Yeah, I mean, it's staggering to me that that's not a track on an album, an EP, a mini album, whatever. It's a part of a full song. Because
Yeah.
like it's like, well, hell, it's fabulous. It's fascinating to know where that goes next.
Yeah, I mean, I have and will continue to. I think this band are very, very good at what they're trying to do.
Yeah,
They know what they want to make. They are clearly, they it feels like they go into things, have a plan, and execute that plan. Like that's it. It's not fucking about in the studio. It's really, really sat down, worked out, structured, organized. The horn has to come in here. The vocals do this. They do, like, as you listen to the band more and more, they have like little, when you start picking up on little things that they do in songs like that, like their little tricks as such. One of the things
yeah,
that Finsterforst do a lot in their songs are the little stops, where
mm,
it's like suddenly stop, then come back in again.
yeah,
In terms of heaviness, I guess it is, that's the thing you can't really say, but I guess it's when you try and categorize a band like this into genres, they always end up being like categorized in and around power metal, right? Even though,
yes,
so then within that genre, it's the heavier edge of that genre in terms of the fact that
mm,
it's got portions of harsher vocals, not harsh vocals, and you know,
yeah,
but I think that's what they do well is that they don't like try to. I don't think they probably see themselves as a genre like of power metal. I doubt, to be honest with you. I think they're just like it's what we got on the band. It's what we like to do. There are points where it's actually nice and standard. There's a few bits in it where it is pretty much riffs and drums and vocals, and the song's better for that because then when the other layers come in, like it means more rather than it just being that all the way through. So.
yeah.
They're a talented band, like they're very, very good. I've never heard them release. I listen to them a lot, and like
Yeah.
this cinematic sort of grandeur, but with a kind of chill vibe. To be honest with you,
I suppose that's probably where the folk side of things. I mean, there's the word folk crops up a lot on the internet
Mm,
if you simply search for the name. I kind of get where they come from, but I feel like that's more because of a location thing. The whole thing is the Black Forest,
yeah,
where they're effectively from. I remember this now from Zerfall. This is Zerfall. We're going back a few years here when we were doing reaction battles. This is Zerfall, what we covered. We also did a track by track when we were doing them as well for Zerfall. So this kind of thing. But I feel like just because it's locations and you might have that naturistic atmospheric edge, I would struggle. I would. Okay, like yeah, it's an epic metal with a folk. I mean, it's genres again, isn't it? It goes back to that fucking
yeah,
genre thing.
yeah. I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Like, I mean, I've always kind of thought of it more on the symphonic kind of metal side of things because of the fact that there is quite a bit of like backing and horns and orchestral
Yeah.
sort of layers, but. It's all semantics, I guess. At the end of the day, it's a good song from a band that have a lot of
Well,
talent in them.
Spotify, founded in 2004, Finsterforst have released 5 albums, 2 EPs so far. Starting as a folk metal act with high usage of accordion, the band has evolved its sound to some kind of to some kind of epic and cinematic mix of post black and folk metal. Spotify's nailing that better than most, I think, because they're saying it's evolved and using the term some kind of. So
Yeah,
Spotify's like, look, we're not entirely sure. It's just some kind of epic and cinematic mix of these genres. Go on, Spotify. I've just added the EP because that EP being 40 minutes long, on a good day, that is my journey. That is my
yeah,
journey into work. I want to hear the full thing. So I've added that so I won't forget it into my Spotify now. That's how impressed I am with that EP, that particular track. It's incredible. Really is. Good
nice,
shout. Great shout.
cool.
Yeah. Sometimes the long ones do work out. There you go. Kapitel I, Freiheit from Finsterforst and the EP/mini album Jenseits. You got any thoughts on this you want to share? You know what to do. Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.